everyone, my name is Vanessa Jumeri hutauruk and welcome back to my week 5 progress video for my pronunciation project. This week, I will start by reviewing the part that I have already memorized and then I will continue with the next part of the transcript. So first, let me try to say the previous paragraphs from memory. Why are gas stations always built right next to other gas stations? Why can I drive for a mile without finding a coffee shop and then stumble across the street on the same car? Why do grocery store, auto repair shop, and restaurants always seem to exist in groups instead of being spread evenly throughout a community? While there are several factors that may go into deciding where to place your business, cluster of similar companies can be explained by a very simple story called Hoteling's model of spatial competition. Imagine that you sell ice cream at the beach. Your beach is 1 mile long and you have no competition. Where would you place your cart in order to sell the most product? In the middle. The 1/2 mile walk may be too far for some people at each end of the beach, but your cart serves as many people as possible. One day, you show up at work just as your cousin Teddy is arriving at the beach with his own ice cream cart. In fact, he's selling exactly the same type of ice cream as you are. You both agree that you split the beach in half, setting up your cart a quarter mile south and north of the center respectively. Game theorists consider this a socially optimal solution because it minimizes the maximum number of steps any visitor must take to reach an ice cream cart, ensuring that no one walks more than a quarter of a mile. While both vendors sell to half of the beach goers. However, the socially optimal agreement does not last because is it not a nice equilibrium and either vendors can move their carts toward the other to sell more ice cream. On the second day, Teddy set up his cart in the middle of the beach, forcing you to stay a quarter mile short and giving him more than half of the customers. By the third day, the ice cream wars is cleared as you set up in the center of Teddy's territory to steal his customers, only for him to move just south of you to regain it. Throughout the course of the day, both of you continue to periodically move south toward the bulk of the ice cream buyers, each trying to outdo the other by shoveling 10 pieces at a time to reclaim customers. Okay, now I will continue with the next part. I will read it first to get familiar with the sentence. Eventually, both of you end up at the center of the beach, back to back, each serving 50% of the ice cream hungry beachgoers, which reach what game theorists call a Nash equilibrium. At this point, neither of you can improve your position by dividing from your current strategy because you cannot reposition your cart closer to your first customer without making your current customers worse off. This model demonstrates that while a spread out distribution would serve people better, such a setup leaves businesses vulnerable to aggressive competition. Now I will try to read it one more time. Eventually, both of you end up at the center of the beach, back to back, each serving 50% of the ice cream hungry beachgoers, which reach what game theorists call a Nash equilibrium. At this point, neither of you can improve your position to dividing from your current strategy because you cannot reposition your cart closer to your purchase customer without making your current customers worse off. This model demonstrates that while a spread out distribution would serve people better, such a setup leaves businesses vulnerable to aggressive competition. Honestly, I don't know if I can combine all of this yet. The more I memorize, the harder it gets to keep everything together. But I will keep practicing. Wish me luck. So for this week, I will focus on practicing this part and slowly combining it with the previous part. And I think that's all for today, so see you next week.